Quantum Talks 8.0 Professional Counseling, Coaching, and Wellness. We will help you to sort out the details so that you can get to where you are trying to go. Call us today. Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in to Quantum Talks 8.0 Wrap Sessions with Dr. Kiki. I'm your host, Dr. Kiki Singletary-Williams, and as always, it's a pleasure to be able to share with you. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to our social media platforms. Quantum Talks 8.0 is currently on Facebook and Instagram. So the goal of the sessions are to provide insight or an opportunity to further a conversation. Sometimes people submit questions, or we just talk about life in general. So thank you to those who chime in, who message, who share, and hopefully it's something that is shared that could possibly assist you on your journey or be of assistance to those that you may know. So today's topic is just life. I am excited to share that I have basically walked away from years and years and years of eating processed meats. It has been a progression over time. I have in the past just quit sugar, and I came off milk and certain things. So it's not that this particular time is so different, but it has been interesting. So I actually decided, and a couple of my family members as well, have decided to refrain from red meat, and which includes beef, pork, white meat, and chicken. So while I have decided to just become a pescatarian, there are people who are on the journey with me who actually have varying degrees of what they are willing and unwilling to just, I guess, move on from. So I salute them in their journey. Everyone's going to do it differently. Everybody's body is different. Everyone's health is different. But that is exactly why I decided to cut the meats from my system and my diet. I've noticed several times upon consuming certain items that or commodities, I just feel weighed down, sluggish. I noticed some changes that I really hadn't attributed it to the meat until, I just started noticing just reactions. And I thought, well, let me look into it. And I was able to find where there are some concerns with the proteins in certain meats as it relates to how the human body reflects and acts and responds. There are some concerns with the antibiotics that are given to the animals. There are concerns with the processing between the time that they are killed until it gets to our tables. So I invite you to make sure that you check with your personal physician prior to making any adjustments. They will advise you as to what their recommendation is for you. However, I decided just about 2 weeks ago. But, it's amazing because my husband and I have been talking about being vegan over the last several months. And I was like, yeah. But truthfully, we eat very healthy anyway. So it just comes with the territory, because if you are trying to sustain and maintain a good measure of health, you're going to be doing certain things to support that goal. So fast forward to now, I will share that when I first came off meat exactly 15 days ago, it was a no-brainer for me. I was totally convinced. It wasn't something I had to try to wean myself off of. I just decided that, yeah, this is not working for me anymore. Not only does research suggest that it takes longer for certain products to digest and be voided from the body, but also the processes that take place while the meat and all the processes and antibiotics and et cetera are sitting in your system, sometimes days at a time. So when I first went and decided I was going to only eat seafood and vegetables, I initially came off of carbohydrates too. But let me tell you, that first day, I'm like, oh yeah, oh, this is great. Wow. And I started to literally feel better just holistically. Day 3, it was almost like, oh, somebody help. Oh my God, I can't sit here and tell you it is easy. It's not. But when you're committed to a better health outlook for yourself, you will do what you have to do. And so naturally, people automatically think that, no meat or no red meat, no pork, no chicken. Oh my God, what can we eat? Or even going vegan. Is there a certain prep or certain products? Well, you have to decide what works best for you. But like I said, we typically were eating very healthy, just an array of vegetables and things of that nature. But over, I would say, the course of the last 8 months, we have kind of gravitated to seafood anyway. So it just was a no-brainer. But I will tell you, your body goes through a detox. And it's almost going into shock of, hey, what are you doing? Where's the meat? What are you doing? I have, been eating and consuming this product or these products for a couple of decades. So then to now decide that you're not going to do it anymore, it's a shock to your system. So I had to start drinking a little more water, making sure I was keeping myself hydrated. But I haven't looked back. And I really, really highly recommend that everybody take a look at it and to see if there's something that you can do for you. I understand people don't eat seafood. I understand that there are products like tofu or even plant-based burgers and things of that nature that people substitute. So I have decided that I did not want to go that route. I just want to just strictly be on a pescatarian intake. And so I will tell you, day 4, it's like you're coming out of the out of the darkness, out of the wilderness. And I was able to realize and feel my energy levels were skyrocketing. Just an opportunity to really feel just light, and a willingness to, just see what else I can do and learn about it. And it's something about when you go through any type of drastic change, there are a lot of naysayers. There is research that suggests reasons why you shouldn't. But I suggest that as with any other decision that is made, that you do your own research and you decide the tolerance levels that you are willing to adhere to. I actually shared my decision with my doctor, and I was told, well, you can do one meat day a month, and a week, and I'm like, I'm going to just, respectfully, thank you, and I'm going to just do the seafood for now. We have to understand that even just a diet is not enough to give your entire body everything that it needs. We have to get out in the sun. Now, I know that certain medications forbid you to be near sunlight, but you need to find another way to get your vitamin D if you can't sit in the sun. And of course, not sit there all day, a couple minutes here and there. Getting fresh air. So, in essence, making sure you're getting that vitamin D, sunlight, fresh air, or vitamin D supplements is going to help. Making sure you're drinking enough water. Making sure you are eating enough calories. Making sure you're getting enough sleep. And making sure that you are taking care of yourself. Are you exercising? Is it something that you have to go to the gym to do? Of course not. Maybe you can walk around your neighborhood, your complex, exercise in the house. Certain people exercise right from their sofas. So it's what's important to us is the priority that we will actually put in place. If something is important to us, we'll make sure it happens. So I'm enjoying better health. I'm enjoying the opportunity to make a better outlook for myself in terms of longevity of life. And there are so many metabolic scenarios that we all come to the table with. And so it's easy to say, oh, wow, that person is too skinny. Oh, that person is huge. Oh, my, this, that, and the other. And we don't know if what's going on. So it's really important to be kind. It's really important to offer just thoughtful expressions, nothing of judgment, if at all possible. And understand people don't always want your advice. It was just about a year ago that I decided to have a procedure done for my health. And so I was told that it would take a year to recover. And honestly, I was kind of up in real weak, a couple days, but I took it easy. And it does take about a year from a major procedure to recover. So following instructions is going to be everybody's golden ticket. Do what you're asked to do, but at the same time, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. And that means making the sacrifices, putting it on your calendar, set your alarm an extra hour early, hop up, do some type of exercise, make sure your first drink or meal of consumption first thing in the morning is water. Making sure you're just kind of keeping your stress levels down is of utmost importance. Okay. And I also want to tell you that you can share your journeys with me. It could help someone else. I share because sometimes, certain conversations make people feel uncomfortable. And depending upon who you're talking to is the response you may get, even if the information is valid. It might have some hints of truth to it, but I like to share information because it can only help you. And if it's not for you, move on. It's okay. So all the best on your journeys, whatever they are. I'm not suggesting anybody go ahead and just, quit cold turkey, everything they've been doing. But you want to research what you're eating. You want to research why certain fruits and vegetables never spoil. Like, full well, if there was any type of fruit that you had in your possession as a child, if someone put a bowl of fruit on the table like my family did, within a day or two, I'll give it a week, you're going to see gnats, you're going to see brown spots, you're going to see something. And it's an indication to you to throw this fruit away or use it or whatever it is because it's going bad. So now, no, your fruits and vegetables will sit there. One person I know, her fruit sat there 6 months in the same condition as she had purchased it. So that kind of tells you that, there's some genetic modification going on, which I'm not here to talk against, but we want to see how we can get fresh food. How many of you have started your garden already? Or support the local farmers market, or go to a holistic based market that provides foods and fruits and vegetables, carbohydrates, whatever you want to consume, but it's basically from the farm to the table. It doesn't go through all these other processes. So last week, I heard that we can now expect to have a lab modified meat as an option. So I understand there could possibly very well be a food shortage. It hasn't just been announced. It's just something that's happening, with storms, drying up crops. Just a lot has happened in the last couple of years. And these are the results. Populations continue to grow. So when I heard about the lab grown meats, it solidified my decision for me. But everyone has to do their own due diligence. Okay. And I say happy health. Congratulations on your journey. Keep pushing, stay focused. If you fall off the wagon, start again. Just keep going. You owe it to yourself. Okay. So I want to change directions and talk about some of the Supreme Court rulings. As you may have heard, the Supreme Court recently decided that affirmative action should no longer be a considering factor for those applying to go to colleges. And I want every human being who could hear this broadcast, share it, to understand that while certain decisions are made with a Black face in mind, those decisions affect us all. there is an agenda to reverse the country to almost prehistoric slavery time. Women should have the right to make decisions over their own bodies. But there is a strategic force at play, whereas those rights are being stripped away one by one. And I'm not here to debate whether it was a right or wrong decision or whatever, but my concern is it always seems like there is a push to justify these decisions because, so-and-so's, Christian faith or religious, they're conservative and this is what they believe. And it's giving hypocrisy vibes. I'm just going to be honest. It just seems just a little hypocritical. So while we'll always have differing opinions on politics, like we're gonna agree on certain things, and other things it's like, yeah. So I'm not here to argue, debate on that. Do your research, pull the voting ballot or selection that you choose that resonates with your makeup and things that you wish to desire and have for you and your family. That's a personal decision. However, I would like for everybody to understand today it's a conversation on, Black people getting into, Ivy League colleges. But it's not just Blacks that have benefited from affirmative action. And then I want you to see the domino effects, because now it's a specification for colleges, but there's nothing stopping any business for adopting that same school of thought. For instance, there was another ruling where a business owner decided they didn't want to provide a service of a website for an alleged LGBT couple. And the decision was made, that, because of her, Christian base, their faith or whatever, that she just didn't want to do it. And the courts decided that was, she didn't have to serve who she didn't want to serve. But that sounds like, when our ancestors were trying to go sit at a table and you were not welcome to even come in because you were Black. You couldn't drink at certain fountains, you couldn't attend certain schools, you couldn't live in certain neighborhoods. It just seems like the same school of thought. But at this time, I'm going to lean on my, my religious beliefs. And I just think something is wrong with that, number one. Because as a business owner, when you open a business, you agree to work with the public. You can't pick and choose. Well, I don't want to work with people who have green toenails and, I don't want. You are a service provider. And yes, you can decide who you do and don't want to work with, but to single out people because of their personal choices, that I have a problem with. Furthermore, that same case allegedly mentioned a gentleman and a whole story about, he was trying to get a cake for him and his partner, blah, blah, blah. And come to find out, this man has been happily married to a woman and had never even interacted with this place. So do your research. My point is, in 2023, we have to be astute and make our presence known. And how are you doing that? With education, with skills, with making sure that you're okay, getting certified, opening a business, finding out what you need to do to be successful. One thing, if there was any advice I can give to anybody, don't depend on other people to feed you. Feed what? Knowledge, opportunities. Be committed to your goals and avoid distractions. And no matter how long it takes, complete that goal. You're going to thank yourself. So these are the times we're living in. So don't get so bogged down on what's happening around us, because there's a lot going on. If you have benefited from some of the child care centers in Georgia have benefited from nice sums of financing or funds such that they can retain staff, keep the doors open. And this was from the pandemic. Well, it's been an opportunity to expand for some business owners. It has been an opportunity to hire people or give the existing staff raises. It's been a great opportunity to feel like you had a cushion and the support of a business. So there have been periodic deposits to those businesses for their educational settings. However, funding free money doesn't go on and on and on. You have to understand that in just a couple of weeks, that funding, you're going to get your last disbursement sometime in September, and then that's it. So it's already a conversation of, from certain business owners, we've depended on this. This has been our lifeline. What are we going to do after September? So not only that, inflation is up. You know, gas prices are fluctuating. It's just a lot going on right now. The price of food, don't look now, but $80 in grocery 5 years ago might get you 2 items today. I'm just saying, maybe not to the dollar, but you guys get my point. So it's time for all of us to adjust some things and decide what's best for us. And don't feel like you have to go it alone. Get a support group, talk, ask questions, attend meetings, research, lobby Congress, lobby your senators, make phone calls to City Hall, contact your local ordinances to let your voices be heard. And as we move into another presidential election very soon, vote your conscience, vote your issue before you vote a party. Make sure your decision, which is personal and private to you, will resonate with the candidate best suited on those concerns. Because don't look now, but it seems to be a pattern where people will, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, to get into these positions. And as soon as they are sworn in, you can't get in touch with them. They may call you when it's time for a term re-election. So don't just vote and then hope for the best. Attend meetings, send letters, make phone calls, lobby your Congress people, send letters and emails. You know, let's do our part. And even if the Supreme Court or any court throughout our land or the world, regardless as to what decisions are made, let us all commit to human decency and kindness and take care of each other. Okay? Everybody is not your competition. Everybody's not to be feared. We got to make it a concerted effort. Okay? Make it a concerted effort to do our part. Thank you so much for tuning in to Rap Sessions with Dr. Kiki. Feel free to email at quantumtalks8.0@gmail.com. And of course, if you need coaching to get you through to the finish line, reach out and we'll see how we can serve. Please stay safe. And as always, be blessed. Bye-bye.
Quantum Talks 8.0, professional counseling, coaching, and wellness. We will help you to sort out the details so that you can get to where you are trying to go. Call us today.